So we got the man, Magic Mac, back. I want to talk to you about how looks actually matter a lot less than you think, okay? One of the biggest questions and one of the biggest hang-ups that I get from guys is that, okay, how much do looks matter? You know, I'm not the best looking guy in the world and whatever. And you know what? You know, if I only taught good looking guys, I'd be out of business really quick, okay? Because there's just not that many super good looking guys, right? And I get a lot of average looking guys, you know, or less than average guys that I wind up coaching. And they always wonder how much do looks matter. So I want to talk to you that they're actually a lot less of a percentage than you think. There's a cool concept that I came up with, and I want to share in this video, and we'll get Mike's input on this as well too. Looks are a fraction of the package that you present. Think about it. If you're trying to attract women into your life, or friends or whatever, you want to be an awesome, attractive person, your entire package is what matters, not just your looks. Now your looks do matter. We always do say that, okay? Control everything you can control. Get your fashion right, get your fitness right, get a cool haircut, see what works better. You know, I get better reactions when I have long hair, so I grew my hair long again, right? Do whatever works, right? Do what you like, do what you feel cool. So you have to take care of that part, there's no doubt. But looks are a very small percentage. Now, I thought of something cool the other day. I was like, okay, if looks are all that matter, I've been to fitness expos and seen like the best looking guys in the world that are super ripped, shredded, perfect hair, the whole thing, tattoos. And a lot of these guys, they just stand around, flexed, you know, all buffed out like this, the shittiest personalities in the world. And a lot of them are super, super, super insecure. They have no confidence at all. So yeah, they may be 10 out of 10 on the looks, but what about the other things that you bring to the table, right? What about your personality? What about your energy? What about your care about the other person that you're talking with? If you have none of those, then the looks don't matter. The issue that these guys have is they compare their looks with the best of the best. And they think that this best looking guy in the world has all this other stuff. But that's not how you're rated as a human. That's not how you come off to other people. You actually come off to other people and they assess you based on your complete package, okay? And part of your package that you can control is your posture, is your tonality, is your enthusiasm, right? If me and Mike we're sitting here on the video. I love to do this, right? We're sitting on the video and we're talking to you. Here's some advice that you guys should take today. You guys be clicking off this thing in 2 seconds, all right? So the charisma and what you bring to the table is completely independent of how you look, okay? You have to bring up all the other areas of yourself, okay? Reading books, traveling, having experiences. What about love for yourself, for other people, okay? One thing I've been talking to a buddy of mine, and I thought it was really cool, we were bringing up the kind of guy who gets the girls, right? Who always gets the most attractive girls, the best girls. Who's that guy? He's not always the richest, he's not always the best looking, he's not always the tallest either, but he's always the guy who owns himself, who owns who he is. He's like, this is who I am. I'm not gonna go win the 7-foot contest to be the tallest guy. I'm not going to be a runway model. I may not be a Bill Gates billionaire, right? I may not be Mr. Olympia, right? I may not have, be some super game pickup artist guy or whatever. But wherever he's at, he's comfortable with who he is, and then he can show that same acceptance of the other person that he's in the interaction with, okay? And that is the biggest part of this, all right? When you can just see that you have a package to bring, okay? How many guys, how many students, right? I have students who I've definitely trained before who have tons of money, millionaires, right? Yeah. But they're super shy, right? And they don't have the skills, right? So they may have a lot of money, but they don't have the other areas. You want to bring up all the areas that you can. And you know, even looks for a man, we have so much that we can control that, like, you know, like besides having a deformity or something like that, you know, we can control so much about it, getting in shape, even putting a couple inches in the shoes if you want to be taller, wearing cool clothes and getting a cool haircut. Control all that. Bringing up your skills through all the other ways, like we said, through your conversation skills, through your personality. I know I'm talking a lot here. I want you to chime in on this,
it's all good.
The point I'm trying to make is it's a complete package that you're measured on. It's not just your looks. So if you're just focused on that, it's usually an excuse that your brain comes up with so that you can avoid, so that it has to avoid doing all those other things that you're putting off.
Yeah, and also put yourself in a position where, for example, you know, you're chatting with an attractive woman, but then, you know, like she's hot, you know, like fit and well dressed, but then you talk to her, she has no personality, she's not funny, you know, you don't have anything in common, right? So now you're gonna be like, all right, well, she was hot or attractive and you know, visually, but then you have a conversation. And really, in the grand scheme of things, right? Like, whatever kind of relationship you're looking for, whether it's a friendship or something more long-term, or you're just looking to have fun, like you're gonna have to have a conversation with that person. You can't just base your entire relationship on looks, right? So if you're not doing that with a girl that you're attracted to or a guy that you want to be friends with, what makes you think that other people are going to judge you externally as well? And also, kind of like what I told you before, this was back in the day when I was single. I remember chatting with someone, I think like on a dating app, and the first question she asked me was, "What's your height?" And I told her, I'm like, wow, if that's the first thing you're going to ask, if you're gonna measure the entirety of myself as a person based on my height, and you're not even gonna ask me about my passions, like my dreams, my ambitions, like my hobbies, my interests. If you're gonna judge me just based on something that I can't control, then I don't want you in my life. So for you guys who are watching this, and people
get that mindset. That mindset is like, if someone's so shallow where all they care about is your height, right, or
ethnicity,
right, or ethnicity, then is that someone you really want to spend your time with? Instead of being so worried about what these women and everybody think of you, how about what you think of them? Right. If somebody is gonna look down upon you because you're from a certain way, or you don't have enough money, or your height, or an ethnicity that they don't like, then that sounds like a pretty shitty person, to be honest. That's someone that you really want to be friends with. Like if I think of my 5 to 10 best friends, maybe up to half of them are minorities. Like, what does that matter at all? And I don't see them as any race because I'm white and they're not. What the fuck does that matter? They're great people. It doesn't matter what skin color they are, where they were born. Like, what does that really matter? So if you find that a woman or somebody is judging you based off of that, then that sounds like somebody that you're really not gonna want to spend your time with. Didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, it's all good. It makes a lot of sense. And the other thing that I'll say is that I've said this in previous videos, control the controllables, right? You've mentioned this before. I truly believe this. Like, you can't, there are just things in life that you can't do anything about, right? And the sooner you can identify what those things are for you or from your environment, and then the sooner you can accept them and let it go, now you can channel all your energy on things that'll actually move the needle, and it's within your control. And I know I sound like a broken record, and I know you do too, because you've said this in other videos. Instead of worrying about these things that you can't do anything about, put all your energy on things that you can do about, fitness, pursuing your passion, getting your mindset right, having friends, traveling, acquiring as many novel and interesting experiences as you can.
How about taking some time for nature and meditation and journaling and working on things, or maybe going to a counselor or something and working on any beliefs or things that are holding you back in your own head, so you can have more peace. Becoming more of a peaceful person. How about that? That's another level of attractiveness. When girls get around you and you're chill and you're accepting and you're peaceful, that's something that's super attractive. I'd argue that that's more attractive than just being a good-looking person in general.
And if the girl you're talking to doesn't find that attractive, then she's not a good fit for you.
No, she's she's basic.
I didn't want to say it.
She's basic. Let's just be honest. So an action step for you guys to take, the last thing I'll mention here in this video, is look at yourself as a whole. Look at yourself as a complete package, and really objectively look and see, what can I work on right now? If you could get some tighter, cool looking clothes, that's probably great. If you could get in better shape and you're not working out, everybody should be, that's awesome. But besides that, your looks are your looks, that's it. How about your social skills? You have a lot of social anxiety? Maybe you need to get out of the house more and go to some meetups and make some friends. Do you have friends, right, and connections? Maybe you need to do that. Have you traveled? Do you have much experience? How nice are you to yourself? Do you have a problem with self-love and a lot of self-hate? I get a lot of students who lack a lot of self-confidence because they don't believe in themselves. How about taking 10 minutes to write down things about yourself that you're really proud of, or cool things that you've done in the past, and reaffirming what a great person you are? So take an objective look at yourself and say, what are other areas and places that I could bring myself up to make myself a better and more attractive person, not only to women, but to people in general. And when you attract good people around you, from becoming a good person, you'll have an awesome life. So Mike is the greatest guy I know, so I'm happy to have him on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Mike's channel. I'll have the link below, and to my channel. And if you have any questions, leave them for us in the comments below.